All right, welcome back. And of course, bear down. And those who missed it earlier, Ben Johnson spoke before the team practice, gave updates on players, basically fielded a lot of questions about how players are coming along. There's some good things to garner in there, like Noah Sewell, Romo Dunze. There's some things where I think he tipped his hands a little bit with Braxton Jones not playing well in the second half and possibly being replaced. I guess that's the optimist in me hoping he's being replaced. It's not what the point of this video is. I've got pedestrian, childish graphics on the screen with, what's going on? And some alarm clocks that are very basic, not my normal graphics, because this franchise is showing me that they're pedestrian and they are back to elementary school. I swear Ryan Poles is making worse decisions than any one of you or I casual fans could make. We are down to literally practice squad players, down to CFL players. We're down to UFL. We're down to players that shouldn't be starting in the NFL on the Bears this week. It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. Thanks for tuning in.
Bear down, sports making Chicago proud.
All right, so let's get right into it. We'll make me littler like we always do. Here's the injury report for today, and the things that stick out are the cornerback room. Look at this cornerback room. TJ Edwards, I'm not as worried about. Noah Sewell has been playing really, really well. I mean, his grading so far, I like the opportunity of him getting more opportunities here with TJ Edwards. I'd rather have TJ Edwards play. I'm just saying this one doesn't alarm me as much as the cornerbacks. Kyler Gordon out, Jalen Johnson out. They need to put him on the IR. They've already said he's going to be out the season with his surgery. I think they're trying to really make sure, but if they put him on the IR, they can afford to bring in a new player, which needs to happen now. We don't need to wait for the bye week to bring in a player. Like, I get the idea of continuity and trying to flow with the guys you've been building with, and the bye week would give you another week to bring someone in, have them get up to speed. We're talking about vets. We're talking about guys that have been in the league. Jalen Johnson out, Jalen Jones out, who we claimed off waivers, Kyler Gordon out. Those are three primary guys that are gone. So very, very frustrating. Where does that leave us? I got to make me little again here. So this is from the episode yesterday that I shared with you guys. Here's our, excuse me, had to pause it to cough off screen, but here's from yesterday what I showed you guys. Well, here's the update. Here's the update of it. You've got Kyler Gordon, Jalen Jones out for week 3. Jalen Johnson, I'm already putting on the IRS because they already said they're going to have him out for the season. So what you've got is 3 practice squad players here with Javarius Owens, Dallas Flowers, and Dante Manning. What's likely to happen is they're going to elevate one of these guys up to the 53-man roster for the game and fill in here. You can go with 8 for the game. In fact, that's very normal to go with 8 for the game. This is defensive backs overall. So you've got Nick McLeod starting at nickelback, which I don't agree with at all. Josh Blackwell should be starting there. He's just not as good at the run defense. Nashawn Wright. Nick McLeod, Nashawn Wright. I don't know how we're going to survive this week. I don't know how the freaking Cowboys aren't going to put up 100 points. Like, this is going to be rough. All right, and then Tyreek Stevenson. So these are your cornerbacks, and we're really just talking about a very, very pedestrian cornerback room. Safety room's fine. So what you might see is a little bit more 3 high, a little bit more 3 safeties. Usually a lot of packages have 3 defensive linemen, but they might just have Jonathan Owens floating a little bit more. Elijah Hicks can really defend the run well, so maybe he comes up a little bit in some different packages. I don't know how they're going to handle this. What they need to do is sign somebody. We've been saying that for over a week since we learned about Jalen Johnson being on the IR and needing surgery for the rest of the season. But this is what you're floating with. And if you look at our official depth chart, this is what it looks like. So this is a nickel package for us. You got Kevin Byard, that's his PFF grade. Now, guys, PFF grades don't mean everything because by all accounts, Dio Odengbo is playing better than Montez Sweat in most regards. He's got a 54 grade. Montez Sweat has a 74 grade. So PFF grades don't mean everything, but you can evaluate some things from. Nick McLeod has been absolutely terrible at slot cornerback at nickel. So he's been awful. Tyreek Stevenson has been awful this year, 158.3 passer rating against him. So these front 3 corners really leave me concerned. Kevin Byard, I don't think he's as bad as the grade is there. Jaquan Brisker's playing decent. He's one of the few bright spots on the team. So right now, this is what our depth chart looks like. And you got Noah Sewell starting this week and Tremaine Edmonds on the other side. Obviously, Ruben Hippolyte can come in for some running packages. He would come in and replace Nick McLeod. as the third linebacker instead of a nickel back. So yeah, Jervon Dexter, Grady Jarrett, so up front, but this is looking weak. So you could have some three high safeties, or just three safeties in general with one floating. Kevin Byard, Quan Brisker, and Jonathan Owens. I was about to say Jonathan Biles. Jonathan Owens floating around, even coming up here. He's better at tackling than he is at coverage. So floating around, you could see that a little bit more. Josh Blackwell, I think, should get some more reps. So how will that come? It really should be in place of Nick McLeod, but maybe they kick him outside a little bit more. It's going to be really, so this is one of the key things I'm going to be watching this weekend is how we handle it, because we really should call someone up. And like I showed the options for that really from our practice squad. When we cut things down, we signed a ton. All three of these guys got signed. We signed an abundance of cornerbacks because we knew there was an issue when Terrell Smith went down. When Kyler Gordon was having his injury, and even the Bears on their social media announced 6 days before the regular season opener, 6 days until Kyler Gordon's back. Well, that's not true because now I think they were really hoping he would come back, but soft tissue is such a bugger, guys. It's such a bugger. So he might not even come back before the bye now after missing week 3. Yeah, missing week 3, you can give him 2 extra weeks by missing week 4. So they probably should have proactively put him on the injured reserve for those first 4 weeks, but you can only bring so many guys back from the IR, so there might be some strategy there, not wanting to put too many guys on the IR because you can only bring so many guys back during the season from the IR. So there's a complicated web that's being weaved here by Ryan Poles. But one of these 3 guys can get called up: Javarius Owens, Dallas Flowers, Dante Manning. None of them are good options. I'm telling you that right now. None of them are good options. So the other thing they can do is just sign a free agent, and that needs to happen. So I mentioned that the post is behind me. The post isn't important. How we missed out on Zadarius Smith and Preston Smith at defensive end. Go sign one, and then I had Stephen Gilmore in there. So up here is Stephen Gilmore's career stats. Obviously a really good career with Buffalo and New England. He's been floating around since then. Carolina had a decent year. Indy signed him for a 2-year deal. They ended up trading him the second year to Dallas, where he played well both those years. A little bit of a down year in Minnesota. Is that father time? Is it changing schemes too many times? Who knows? But either way, he's a vet with experience who's played very well. And you see some of these key years with New England, a 47.5 NFL passer rating against him, low penalties most of these years, a couple years where they were a little more of his rookie time. After he got past the rookie time, he's really played really decent on that. Pass breakups off the chart, 18, 13, and that 18 and 19 years. Those were his big years right there, 18 and 19. After that, he started floating around, and he's in his early 30s, so he's not geriatric old. I mean, as far as NFL terms go, but I would prefer us to sign Stephen Gilmore. I really think that's the obvious call to make right now, especially with Jalen Johnson gone for the year, Terrell Smith gone for the year, our 2 main man coverage cornerbacks. But Asante Samuel, young, really a poor tackler, and that shows up here on PFF as well as on tape, but also a decent player who's getting better every year, and obviously comes from NFL blood as well from his father, Asante. This is Asante Samuel Jr., his father's Asante Samuel Sr. Good defensive grade 2 years ago, and then last year there was a little bit of injury, a little bit of downtime there, so did he not fully come back from his injury? I don't know the whole story behind why he didn't get as many reps last year. I know the Chargers have basically replaced him. I mean, they have replaced him now, but he was being phased out, so they didn't re-sign him. But now I think PFF had him as the 6th highest graded free agent last year at cornerback. So there's a lot of potential there. You see the pass breakups from 2 years, 11 pass breakups, 4 touchdowns allowed, 2 interceptions, but he's a decent player. To talk about a fill-in guy to fill in for the Bears here for the next little bit, either one of these guys, go sign both of them. Go sign one of them or both of them. I don't understand what Ryan Poles is doing, because even if you're going to use them limited because they're new to the system, they know how to play defense. They know how to cover. Put them in the game and give us a fighting chance instead of practice squad backup guys that don't have any place here. So anyways, the injury report came out. It's a little bit alarming. Oh, good news on my end. I have not taken a channel. I have not taken a sponsorship on this channel. A lot of you guys know that. What my thinking is, I own an insurance brokerage here in Las Vegas, and I've been working on expanding my licensing to Illinois as a non-resident, but to be able to help clients, because you guys know me from the channel, and it's something that I think would benefit everyone. So you're probably going to see some self-advertising here for my insurance brokerage coming real soon, because the licensing just got approved. I'm not quite up. I'm getting all the carriers, because I'm a broker, so I shop different companies. So I'm getting the carriers on board and getting them up to speed, so then I got to get updated with Illinois coverages for home, auto, life, all that stuff. So keep that in your guys' mind. You'll probably see me advertise it for it soon, and away we'll go with that. But main news here, injury report, not good. Bears probably going to give up 30 points. Hopefully they can score more points than the Cowboys. That's all we care about. It's just getting that freaking win, getting that first win. So I do appreciate you guys tuning in. If you don't mind hitting the like button, subscribing. We're in the thick of this thing. We need a freaking win. If you want to win, post a W down below. Put just, if you think we can do it, put your score prediction. That's what we want. Put your score prediction. I said before around 30-27. I think it's going to be higher. I'm going to see Bears 34, Cowboys 31. That's what I'm going to say. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Until next time, the Bears, bear down.
Bear down, sports making Chicago proud.